This episode, along with hundreds of others from Calaroga Shark Media, is available without commercials. Just look for the banner on your Apple Podcast app to subscribe and try it free for a month.
Calaroga Shark Media.
Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I am your host, Mark Francis. Kate has been out of the spotlight for so long now that the tabloids appear to have even run out of rerun stories about how wonderful Kate is. Thus, they turned their eyes to the Princess Royal, who is wonderful herself, per a flowing article in the Daily Mail. We learned that one of the most striking aspects of Princess Anne's lifestyle is her insistence on carrying her own luggage, even when travelling on official royal business. This habit can be traced back to her historic participation in the 1976 Olympic Games in Montreal, where she became the first royal to compete in the Olympics as a member of the British equestrian team. Recently, the Princess Royal made headlines for carrying her own bags while travelling to Sri Lanka, despite the glamorous red carpet welcome she received. Princess Anne's independent streak extends to her choice of transportation. She often prefers to drive herself to events, keeping only the essentials in her car door, such as a water bottle, a Barbara Dixon CD, and a race card for the Cheltenham races. Her driving skills are not limited to cars, as she has revealed to Terry Wogan that she had qualified as a heavy goods vehicle driver out of necessity. The Princess Royal's practicality extends to her wardrobe, as she is known for re-wearing her clothes, including a blue fur-lined coat that she has owned for over 5 decades. Her signature mirrored sunglasses, branded with the Team GB logo, showcase her preference for functionality over fashion. During the late Queen Elizabeth II's funeral proceedings, Princess Anne was hailed as the unsung hero for her unwavering support and dedication. She accompanied her mother's coffin on the long journey from Balmoral to Edinburgh and made history as the first woman to participate in the Vigil of the Princess at Westminster Hall. Princess Anne's down-to-earth attitude, strong work ethic, and relatable qualities have solidified her position as one of the most respected and admired members of the British royal family. In the Daily Mail, Rebecca English writes, "So much has been said about family disunity in recent years that it's sometimes easy to forget how well our senior royals get on with each other. They are remarkably close, in fact." Standing side by side at a Buckingham Palace garden party yesterday, Prince William and his cousins added a welcome pop of youthful glamour not seen in the institution for a little while. How touching that the future king, knowing he would be without his wife at his side, could call on Zara, Peter, Beatrice, or Eugenie for support. Every member of Team Wales was clearly delighted to attend. William was charming, as he always is with the public. He posed for selfies and chatted, smiling about everything from bedtime reading for his youngest son, Prince Louis, to his weakness for cookies. He took a bag of homemade treats from one well-wisher. There's no doubting his popularity or that it's growing. You could hear excited squeals and calls of "William, Prince William," as he walked past. It was notable that Mike Tyndall and Zara were asked to flank William as he moved along the lines to shake hands with and greet as many of his 8,000 guests as possible. Sisters Beatrice and Eugenie, who were more occasional figures at summer events and large-scale palace receptions, seemed happy to get stuck in too. Many royal watchers have asked, and repeatedly, why can't the cousins step in on a more permanent basis? For Peter and Zara, this has never been an option. From the moment their mother, Princess Anne, chose not to accept titles for them, the Phillips children were always destined to grow up away from the main royal spotlight, perhaps fortunately so. It is perfectly plausible that Charles, or more likely William, when he becomes king, could call on their services more often. The unfortunate truth, however, is that none of them will be asked to support the working royals on a more permanent basis, however badly they are needed, and for that they must thank the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Those in the know tell me there is a deep concern at Buckingham Palace that changing direction in this way would play into Harry and Meghan's hands. The Sussexes had been told very firmly by the late Queen Elizabeth that their preferred option of being half-in, half-out royals while pursuing lucrative commercial careers was simply unacceptable. Palace Intrigue will be right back. Sarah Ferguson made a dazzling appearance at the Cannes Film Festival, donning a stunning £4,000 gown for the Nights of Charity Gala. The floor-length Vivienne Lorikeet dress shimmered in a beautiful green hue as Fergie graced the red carpet alongside Brazilian model Isabelle Fontana and film producer Middleton G. Gatsby. Adding a sentimental touch to her ensemble, the Duchess wore a bracelet adorned with the name of her youngest daughter, Princess Eugenie. Denmark's Queen Mary, sometimes compared to Kate, said her daughters are not fans of her fashion choices. RoyalNews.org shared that Princess Isabella, 17, and Princess Josephine, 13, do not always share their mother's taste in clothing. While attending the Global Fashion Summit this week, the Queen spoke candidly about her daughter's reluctance to borrow from her wardrobe. She humorously remarked that the princesses wouldn't want to be caught dead in her clothes. However, the Queen did express her delight on the rare occasions when she does catch her daughters wearing something of hers. Lady Louise Windsor, the 20-year-old daughter of Prince Edward and Sophie Wessex, turned heads last weekend as she elegantly competed in the Windsor Park carriage driving trials. A social media user posted, "Prince Philip would be so proud." Indeed, Louise was known to be very close with the Duke of Edinburgh. As recently as 2019, Philip proudly watched his granddaughter secure third place in the carriage drive at the Royal Windsor Horse Show. Louise's mother, Sophie, has praised her daughter's natural talent, commenting in 2020, "She is naturally so good at it. She really is. It's something like she has taken to very well." Reports indicated Lady Louise would likely inherit Philip's beloved carriages after his passing. Beyond her driving skills, the poised royal has won fans for her low-key nature and sense of duty, memorably playing an important role following Queen Elizabeth II's death last year. After growing up largely out of the spotlight in Windsor, Louise is now following in her cousin William's footsteps by studying at St. Andrews. In a recent interview, a proud Prince Edward paid tribute to both his children, calling Sophie his brilliant rock, saying, "We're very lucky. We've got two of what we think are particularly brilliant children who are forging such different paths for themselves." The close family was all smiles earlier this month at the Royal Windsor Horse Show, with Lady Louise sharing a warm hug with her mother and joining her parents in a horse-drawn carriage procession. Her elegance and poise at such events clearly makes both the late Prince Philip and her parents beam with pride. And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalaceintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us on Spotify, Apple, or your app of choice. Write us a review, hit those stars, and you can now get this show commercial free as an Apple subscriber. Just look for that banner on your Apple app and give us a try for a month. It's free. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue. Good times.